A very good morning to all of you. I'm Dr. Neetu Gehlot from St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. I'm the chemistry faculty here. Today, my topics are the general and the basic characteristics of the potable or drinking water. The next topic is the units of hardness. We have already discussed about the hardness in our previous lecture, but a requirement of the hardness in this lecture also. And the types of hardness and how can we remove these hardness with their reactions. And then the determination of hardness. Here, the some basic or general characteristics of the drinking and the or the potable water. Drinking water or potable water is the same thing. So drinking and potable water has some general characteristics. These are now we started over the general characteristics. First character is the it should be colorless. When we take the water in a glass, तो हम लोग देखते हैं ना कि कैसा होना चाहिए. It should be transparent. If it is not transparent, then we can't allow for drinking purpose. So it should be colorless. It should be odorless. It should be tasteless, and it should be transparent. These are the common characteristics of the drinking water. Second point, it should be free from hardness. Hardness, we have already discussed about the hardness. Hardness means that is the property of water which resists the lather formation. And the suspended particles, we have already discussed in previous lecture. And the pathogenic bacteria. Pathogenic bacteria means these are the microorganisms like the bacteria, fungi, etc. Third point, it should neither be very soft or nor very hard. We have discussed the hard and the soft water. What do you know about the hard water? Hard water, we have already discussed and repeat again. Hard water means the water which does not give the lather formation with soap is called hard water. And the soft water is the water gives the lather formation with the soap, that is the soft water. The soap already, soaps are the higher fatty acids of the sodium or potassium salts. Our next topic, next point is the turbidity should not exceed 10 ppm. Turbidity means these are the impurities. Impurities 10 parts per million से ज़्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए. The next point and the important point, its pH value should be about 7 to 7.5. Okay, and 7 to 7.5. If the pH values increase about for the 7.5, so then it means that is the basic medium. And the next point, it should be free from harmful dissolved solids like the compounds of arsenic or the lead, etc., and the harmful dissolved gases just like the sulfur dioxide and the hydrosulfide, etc. And the next point is a very important point, the TDS. TDS stands for the total dissolved solids. कि हमारे उस पानी के अंदर टोटल कितने solids dissolved है. तो TDS should be less than 500 ppm. It should not exceed the 500 ppm. It should be less than 500 ppm. And the hardness for the drinking water. For the drinking water, the hardness is 50 to 70 ppm maximum. So the drink hardness of the drinking or potable water should be 50 to 60, 70 to 60 to 70 ppm. Now, I again come to my topic, that is the hardness. We have already discussed about the hardness and the if the water is very hard, so we cannot use for the cooking, drinking, laundry purpose, etc. Okay, and it is not suitable for the industries. Okay, then soaps. I again repeat it. The soaps are the higher fatty acids of the sodium or potassium salt. When we react the water with the soap, this in this reaction there is the metal. Metal comes from the hard water. So if the hard water is present, so that means there is the calcium and magnesium salt are also present. So this calcium and magnesium ions is react with sodium stearate. Sodium stearate means that is the soap. Sodium stearate, the formula is C17H35COONA. This comes from the stearic acid. Stearic acid means C17H35COOH is a stearic acid, and the sodium salt of stearic acid is a C17H35CONA. When the hard water react with the soap, it gives the C17H35CO whole twice M. M is metal of calcium or magnesium, and it comes into the form of precipitate. Okay, this one is the represent the precipitated form. Then hard water, the water which does not produce lather with the soap, that is hard water, and the soft water, if the water is the lather with the soap, that is the soft water. The rainwater is the best example of this type of water. Then the types of hardness. Simply, the types of hardness first is we know that the hardness is the two types. First is the temporary hardness, and the another one is the permanent hardness. In this lecture, the definition of temporary hardness and with their principle. So temporary hardness, by which temporary hardness, the causes of temporary hardness. The temporary, we know that the temporary hardness due to the presence of bicarbonates of the calcium and magnesium ions. So it is the temporary hardness. And the principle of temporary hardness removing, the temporary hardness is removed by the simple boiling method because the calcium and magnesium bicarbonate get precipitated as the calcium bicarbonate and the magnesium bicarbonate. Here, the example and with the reaction there is the calcium bicarbonate. This one. Calcium bicarbonate means that is the temporary hardness. Calcium bicarbonate means it is a temporary hardness. And when we boil this water, after the boiling, it convert into the calcium carbonate in the precipitated form. So we can easily remove the precipitate. So this is the calcium carbonate, and so other also. Magnesium bicarbonate, when we boil the water with the magnesium bicarbonate and the magnesium bicarbonate form, so after the boiling process, it converts into the magnesium hydroxide. Again, it is also maybe in the precipitated form. Then, now comes into the topic of the permanent hardness. The permanent hardness, what is the permanent hardness? The permanent hardness is the due to the presence of the chloride sulfate ions. In the previous lecture, we have already discussed that the permanent hardness is due to the presence of the calcium, due to the presence of the chloride and the sulfate ions of the sodium, calcium or magnesium. So these chloride and sulfate of calcium and magnesium get precipitated as their carbonate. The residual of sodium carbonate is then determined by titrating it against a standard HCl यानी hydrochloric acid. तो हमने कहा था कि भाई परमानेंट हार्डनेस को हम सिंपल मेथड बॉइलिंग प्रोसेस से रिमूव नहीं कर सकते. So we can remove the permanent hardness in the excess amount of sodium carbonate. Then we can remove this type of hardness. So these are the reactions which can help to understand this. The first is the calcium chloride. Calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. These also responsible for the permanent hardness. So here means the water contains this type of hardness here. So then the calcium carbonate is react with the sodium carbonate. Calcium chloride is react with the sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. This after this reaction, it gives this calcium carbonate, and calcium carbonate is found in the precipitated form, so we can easily remove this calcium carbonate. Second, the magnesium chloride react with the sodium carbonate, it converts into the magnesium chloride, also in the precipitated form. Calcium sulfate react with the sodium carbonate, it gives the calcium carbonate and the sodium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate is react with the sodium carbonate and gives the magnesium carbonate, and again it found in the precipitated form. So if these are found in the precipitated form, so we can easily remove these are the precipitated. Then this is the permanent hardness removal reaction. Now this one is the soap titration process. In the soap titration process, this is the soap. Soap means the sodium stearate, and this soap is react with the calcium bicarbonate. If the soap is react with the calcium bicarbonate, then it converts into the calcium stearate. This is the calcium stearate, C17H35CO by Ca calcium, and the sodium bicarbonate. Again, here it is the calcium bicarbonate. In this reaction, here the magnesium bicarbonate is react with the sodium stearate and gives the magnesium stearate. Okay, any magnesium is replaced by the sodium. So then it forms the magnesium stearate and the sodium bicarbonate. Again, sodium stearate is react with the calcium chloride. So here the calcium is replaced by the sodium and it gives the calcium stearate. And again the sodium stearate is react with magnesium chloride. Here the magnesium replaced by the sodium and it converted the magnesium stearate. So next reaction, sodium stearate further react with the calcium sulfate and this calcium is replaced by sodium and it gives the calcium stearate. This is the stearic acid and the stearate and the salt is combined with them, that is calcium, maybe calcium or the magnesium, and it gives the sodium sulfate. Next reaction, C17S35CONA is a sodium stearate and react it with the magnesium sulfate and gives magnesium stearate and the sodium sulfate. So here the reactions and we can represent it the difference between the temporary and the permanent hardness also. And next part is the units of hardness. Where is the units? Yes, here are the here the units of hardness. There are the 4 units by which we can represent our hardness. So first is the parts per million, and the parts per million we also known in the form of the ppm. ppm stands for the parts per million. It means it is the part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness per 10 to power 6 parts of water. Okay, then the second unit is a milligram per liter. Milligram per liter means it is the number of milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in the 1 liter of water. Third is the degree clerk. Degree clerk means it is the part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness per 70,000 parts of water. And last is the degree French. Degree French means it is the part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness per 10 to power 5 parts of water. Here the quantity of water will be changed again and again. So these are the 4 units by which we can represent the hardness. Okay, and here is the relationship between these all units. This relationship is the we represent the relationship between them is the 1 ppm. Yani 1 parts million is equal to 1 milligram per liter equal to 0.07 degree clerk is equal to 0.1 degree French. So I repeat again, the relationship between them is a important topic. That is, a 1 ppm is equal to 1 milligram per liter is equal to 0.07 degree clerk is equal to 0.1 degree French. So these are the units of hardness. Now we have discussed some numerical problems which is related to the calcium carbonate equivalent. Here, a sample of water contains 16.8 milligram of the magnesium bicarbonate, 19 milligram per liter of the magnesium chloride, 24 milligram per liter of the magnesium sulfate, and 22 milligram per liter of the calcium chloride. So then calculate the total hardness of water in the terms of calcium carbonate equivalent. We have already discussed in the briefly that what is the calcium carbonate equivalent. So here the solution is also here. The calculation of calcium carbonate equivalent of total hardness. Total hardness, first of all, we see that here is the types of hardness is also determined. First is the magnesium bicarbonate. So this is due to the by this there is a temporary hardness because the temporary hardness is present due to the presence of bicarbonate. So this one is represented by the temporary hardness, and these are the magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate. These are the and the calcium chloride are the example of the permanent hardness. So here these three are the permanent reason for the permanent hardness, and this one is the reason for the temporary hardness. Then yes, first of all we take the substance which are used in this uh, uh, solution. These are the magnesium bicarbonate, magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride. So amount is 16.8 milligram per liter of magnesium bicarbonate. These are the magnesium chloride. This one is the magnesium sulfate and the calcium chloride. Here, this is the equivalent mass of the substance. This we can easily calculate the equivalent mass of the substance. There is the 73 is the magnesium bicarbonate, 47.5 is magnesium chloride, 60 is the magnesium sulfate, and the 55.5 is for the calcium chloride. Here, this is the formula by which we can calculate the calcium carbonate equivalent hardness. That is the W into 50 upon E. W means the substance amount of substance causing hardness. That is 16.8. 50 is the equivalent mass of calcium carbonate, because we know the molecular weight of calcium carbonate is 100 and the equivalent mass of calcium carbonate is 50 upon E is the equivalent mass of the hardness producing substance. Okay, there is a calculation and we found the result also here. If a question asked us that calculate the temporary hardness and permanent hardness separately, so we saw and we can say that the temporary hardness is the amount of temporary hardness is the 11.51 is this, because temporary hardness is due to the presence of bicarbonate. So this one is the temporary hardness and these three are the permanent hardness. So here the question said that the total hardness of the water in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent. So we can add the all types of the hardness and find out the result also. Here are the one another example of this type of question. So these are the temporary and permanent hardness questions also. Next, the question is, yes, now we determine the hardness. Determination of hardness is by the EDTA method. This part is the determination of EDTA method. We know that the EDTA method is also our the practical part for the laboratory part here. तो हमारी जो लैब में हम प्रैक्टिकल कराते हैं तो उसमें ये सबसे पहला हम लोग कराते हैं इसको कि हाउ कैन वी डिटरमाइन द टोटल हार्डनेस ऑफ गिवन सैंपल ऑफ वाटर बाय द EDTA method. So then here we also the EDTA method is also called is a complexometric method also, complexometric method. Then it is the most important and the more accurate method to determine the hardness of water. There is a principle. In this process, we have some solutions. So whether these solutions are the first solution, the most important part is the EDTA. EDTA means that is a ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. The second solution is the ammoniacal buffer solution. Ammoniacal buffer solution means that is a mixture of acid or base. है ना, तो एसिड और बेस को जब मिक्स कर देते हैं तो वो बफर सॉल्यूशन बनाता है. एंड द फंक्शन ऑफ द बफर सॉल्यूशन या रोल ऑफ द बफर सॉल्यूशन है इज कि बफर सॉल्यूशन कंट्रोल द मीडियम ऑफ आवर रिएक्शन. If we want to the medium basic medium, okay, then we add the bases, and if we want to the acidic medium, so we can manage here edit the according to our requirement. In this process, in this reaction, we require the basic medium. So the buffer solution is the ammoniacal solution of the which a pH value is 70, sorry, 10. And the third solution is the EBT. EBT means that is the areochrome black tea. EBT known as the areochrome black tea, and it works as an indicator. The calcium and magnesium ions are already present in the hard water. These are the forms of stable complex, stable compound with the EDTA. And here we use the EDTA in the form of disodium salt of EDTA. So these are the EDTA and these the less stable complex with the EBT. So here the two complexes are formed. First complex is the EBT with metal complex that is unstable, and the color of this complex is the wine red. And the second complex is the EDTA with the metal complex. So this EDTA metal complex is the stable complex, and the color of this solution is the blue color. So whenever the wine red color is turns into the blue color, then our uh, titration will be is completed. Here is the structure of the EDTA of the sodium salt. That is the sodium salt of EDTA solution. Ethylene diamine, CH2, diamine N2N, and the CH2COOH. CH3COH is the acidic group. So here the disodium salt of the EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Acetic acid means CH3COH. But here that is the sodium salt of EDTA. So one H is replaced by the Na, the 2Na. 1H either, 1H here. There is a sodium salt of EDTA. In this form, that is called the when the EDTA is combined with the metal ion, then it forms the chelate compound. So it forms the following type of stable complex with the bivalent metal. This is also called the chelate. Okay. So here we discuss the some process in this practical. That is the when we firstly we take the water sample in our the conical flask. In the conical flask, we take the water sample and then we add into the buffer solution. So why we use the buffer solution? To control the pH value of our reaction. So add the buffer solution and then we add the 1 or 2 drops, maximum 2 drops, or maximum 2 drops of the EBT. EBT means that is an indicator that is known as the areochrome black tea. After the addition of the EBT, it gives the color of our solution is wine red, and the complex is react with the this one. This metal is react with EBT in the basic medium. It gives the metal plus EBT. This is less stable, or we can say it is unstable, and the wine red colored complex is formed here. And then here we add the EDTA solution, and the EDTA solution we take in the burette. So on the addition of EDTA, the free complex, so uncomplexed calcium and magnesium ions from metal ion EDTA complexes, which are more stable. I've already said that the complex with the EBT with metal is unstable, and the complex with the EDTA with metal is the stable complex. So the color of this solution is wine red, and the color of this solution is the blue color. And the we note down the reading of our burette when the solution will be turns into the blue color. And after that we can calculate our rate calculation or hardness of the water by the method is V2 by V1. V2 stands for the known or unknown water, V2 V1, and multiply with 1,000. So we can calculate easily the total hardness of the water solution. Okay. So today this is my last topic of this video. So here are some questions for you. Now my first question is why we use sorry. The first question is this one. Define hardness. Our first question is define hardness. How is it expressed? Give various units of hardness and relation between them. So my first question is define hardness. How is it expressed? Give various units of hardness and relation between them. That is my first question. And then next question, what is degree of hardness of water? What is the degree of hardness of water? Why is rainwater a purest form of natural water? I repeat again my second question. What is degree of hardness of water? Why is rainwater a purest form of natural water? So these two questions for the solution. And this now I stop my audio. And if you have any query or any doubt, then first of all you refer to my notes and then contact with me. Thank you so much.